It's okay, it's okay. Those are the tablets down there. Oh, hey guys, sorry I was a little distracted. So I'm Kevin from Hudo TV, and to all you Apple fanboys out there, let's be honest, we've all been there. And you can go ahead and deny it, but one thing that you can't deny is that there's a strong contender coming up in the tablet market. This tablet is arguably the best challenger against the iPad 2, and that tablet is the Asus Transformer Prime. And today we're going to go ahead and do a little side-by-side comparison of the two tablets. First off, we're going to take a look at the iPad 2. Now I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with the iPad 2, but for those of you who are not, the iPad 2 comes in 16 or 32 gig versions with Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi plus 3G. It comes with a 10-hour battery, and dimensions-wise you're looking at 9.5 by 7.3 with a thickness of a little just under half an inch. It weighs a mere 1.3 pounds. And for the display, we have a backlit LCD IPS display, which is in-plane switching technology, which means that you'll have accurate colors from any viewing angle. Inside, you'll find an A5 processor, which is Apple's dual-core processor. And outside of it, you'll have your front and rear-facing cameras, as well as a lot of your standard ports. So the 30-pin for docking and for charging, volume control, orientation lock or mute, your standby button, microphones over here, audio jack, and that's about it. Oh, I almost forgot the speakers down here. So here we have the Transformer Prime. It features a 32 and 64 gig Wi-Fi only model, so no 3G as of yet, but who knows, maybe we'll see in the near future. It has a max battery life of up to 12 hours, so 2 hours better than the iPad 2. Measurement wise, you're looking at 10.35 by 7, and the thickness, while it's still very thin, it's just a little bit thinner than the iPad 2. On the front, it features a 10.1 inch display with a max resolution of 1280 by 800, so better resolution than the iPad 2. And both are IPS displays, but the main difference with the Prime is that it features Super IPS Plus, which will give you greater clarity for when you're outdoors and you're in the sun, so when you're walking about. Inside the tablet, it features an NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor compared to Apple's A5 dual-core processor. Now with the quad-core, this would make the Transformer Prime the world's first tablet to have a quad-core processor inside of it. On the outside, you have your front and rear-facing camera and a couple of extra ports. So on this side, we have your volume control, your micro HDMI, a micro SD card reader, and I believe this is a microphone. On the opposite side, you have your audio jack and the speaker here. Now, one thing that I find weird about the speaker is where they placed it, because the way they designed the tablet is meant to be held horizontally. So placing the speaker here, your hands would probably most likely go around here, which kind of muffles the sound. So kind of a weird place to have the speaker. On the top, we have, I believe, maybe another microphone and your power and standby button here. And on the bottom, we have your 40-pin dock connector, so you can charge the tablet through here, as well as connect it to the keyboard dock. So now we're going to take a look at a side-by-side of the two tablets. Looking at it vertically, you can see that the Prime is actually longer compared to the iPad 2, but width-wise, the iPad 2 is actually just a little bit wider. It should also be noted that the iPad 2 was designed to be held vertically, and for the Prime, it was actually designed to be held horizontally. But in the end, that won't matter too much because you can adjust it to cater to your needs and comfort. And now we're going to take a look at the user interface. Two of the most popular uses for tablets these days is web browsing and ebook reading. So let's start with some web browsing. We're going to open up the browsers here, and hey, would you look at that? Someone's conveniently placed our website already on the browser. So we'll try some of the multi-touch gestures for web browsing. Page zoom. Keep scrolling. And as you can see, both the tablets seem to be very smooth and responsive when it comes to multi-touch. So good job there. Close this. And now I'll check out some ebooks, and iBooks, and my library. So we have some ebooks already open here. As you can see, the iPad and Prime have their own little neat ways of scrolling through pages. Alright, so right now we're going to take a look at some of the games and how graphics work on the tablets. So right now I have Blood and Glory already loaded. And let's start resume the battle. Totally gonna kick some ass, I just got hit. That's okay. Oh my god, he's not doing anything to me. I'm not doing anything to him. He's not dying. Oh dear god. Alright, cool, I won. Alright, so that's a quick look at the graphics for the iPad 2. Now let's take a look at the Asus Transformer Prime. So here we have the Transformer Prime version of the game. Some of you may notice that there's a couple different changes with the Android version, like some new maps and weather elements. We mentioned before that the transformer runs on an NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor, and although tests show that the A5 actually processes graphics better, visually I think because of the 1280 by 800 resolution, images appear sharper and a little bit more smoother. So if you're more into tablet gaming like 3D games, I'd probably recommend the iPad 2, but if you're all about visuals, I'd probably stick with the Transformer Prime on this one. We all know that sooner or later you're going to be wanting to watch YouTube and movies on your tablet, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. We got YouTube loaded up here, and here at Voodoo we're really big fans of StarCraft, so I suppose we don't have any other choice but to watch the StarCraft replay. So as you can see here, the iPad by default loads the video in HD, as well as plays it in a widescreen format. Now you can opt to try to push into full screen, but you may notice a bit of a cutoff on the sides or at the top. But overall, you still see that the video plays very sharp and it's a high quality image. Here we have the Transformer Prime playing the exact same video. As you can see, at full screen it also displays video in a widescreen format, but it appears to do a better job at it than the iPad 2. Also because of the screen resolution, and I know this might be hard to tell through the video quality actually appears to be more sharp and the colors appear more vibrant on the screen. So for videos, I'd probably stick with the Asus Transformer Prime on this one as well.
Alright, so now we're going to take a look at some video recording. This is some footage that we shot on the iPad 2 with the rear-facing camera. And as you can see, it's a little bit grainy, not exactly the highest quality, so this is not something you want to be uploading to YouTube if that's what you guys do. So here's some footage we shot with the Transformer Prime using its rear-facing camera. As you can see, the image quality is sharper than the iPad 2, and this is largely due to the fact it has a 8-megapixel rear-facing camera, as well as a 2-megapixel front-facing camera. Also, another feature that the tablet has is that you can adjust the camera settings, such as ISO and white balance. As for the iPad 2, you would need to download a third-party application to match this. Now we're going to take a look at how the tablets handle still images. Here's an image we captured with the iPad 2. As you can see, it's still a little bit grainy, not the sharpest image, and the iPad 2 really didn't bring out my best looking side. And here we have a shot with the Transformer Prime. As you can see, it's a much sharper image, less grain, and I must say, I look quite dashing in this image.
So that concludes our look at our side-by-side comparison of the iPad 2 and the Asus Transformer Prime. Now one thing I didn't mention earlier is that our version of the Prime is still running Honeycomb, as Ice Cream Sandwich has not yet been released for it. They're still trying to optimize it for the 4 cores, and it should be released in January. And at that time, I feel that's when we're really going to see the Transformer Prime show its full potential. Also, one thing that we didn't have a chance to look at today was the keyboard docking station for it, which I feel is going to add a whole new dimension to your user experience. But despite all that, I feel Asus has done a great job with the product, and it's something that maybe Apple should definitely keep an eye out for. So if you're looking for a more detailed description of the product, be sure to stay tuned to our blog, as we're going to have a post up soon for it. And be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to this video. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. But one thing that you cannot deny is that there's a strong contender coming up in the tablet market. This tablet is arguably the best challenger to the iPad 2, and that tablet is the Asus Transformer Prime. Oh, it's not on. And so that concludes our look at our side-by-side comparison of the iPad 2 and the Asus Transformer Prime. I looked down because I wasn't sure which one was which. Are you still recording?
Yes, I am.
Stop that.